2012. And the thing that made me interested was seeing how the media talked about Muslims and Islam as terrorists and their countries have war and that they're bad people. But I had two friends at university who were very close friends of mine who were both Muslim, and they were the nicest people and like complete opposite to how the media wants you.
1, 2, 3, come on!
Assalamualaikum, halo semuanya, selamat datang di channel kami. Channel ini dibuat oleh dua orang di dua negara yang berbeda. Saya Ita di Indonesia dan Nicolle teman saya di Inggris. Selamat menikmati.
Beloved cookie. Oh! Assalamualaikum semuanya. I didn't see you there. It's me, Nicolle. Okay, this is not a cookie commercial. Huh? Hi. Assalamualaikum. Ita has answered 10 questions that I asked her to answer about me. So I'm gonna react to the answers she gave for my questions.
The first time we met on Instagram. It is about 6 or 8 years ago. I was a hijab seller and you were interested to buy my hijab. Then I was interested because you are a mu'alaf. You convert to Islam and it made me interested to know you. Then we introduced each other and we become close day by day until now.
We met on Instagram when you were a hijab seller and I bought some clothes from you and then we started talking, we became best friends. I think it was 2013 because to be honest I hadn't been Muslim for very long and I became Muslim in 2012.
It was when my daughter was sick and I don't have anything, I don't have any money and I was so stressed because it is serious illness, so I don't have any friend to share about my daughter's illness, and you are a doctor and you give me so many suggestions, and one that made me so melted because you said take your daughter to hospital and I will pay everything. We just know. We never meet. And you said like that, mashallah. And the second, because when you went around 2 years ago, you said that you made a dua for me. I don't know what is your dua, but then I'm pregnant. This is mashallah.
I also love this memory because for me it's something that was so obvious and simple. Like if I have been blessed to have the means and the opportunity to help somebody, especially like a child, because a child is innocent, and why should I not use my situation to help others? It would be like very wrong from me to just say, hope she gets well soon, when I could do something and if I recognize it's a serious situation. So yeah, I love this memory because like I remember the video Laser made for me afterwards where she was like crying and saying, I want Kaka Nicolle, and so
your dream goal is, I don't know, maybe you want to meet me and we can meet in Jannah together?
yes, good. One of my top goals up here is definitely to meet you. I'm very much to come to Indonesia and learn more about the environment there, and your home and your life and your family, and to see the country and understand more about the culture. Inshallah, everybody make dua I get to go to Indonesia, okay? Also, one of my other goals, like on a serious note, is probably to be in a position, in a situation where I can help more people in like setting up some kind of business or something to create jobs and help people sustainably create a better life for themselves and their family. I think if you just give people money, it's like a one-time thing. Okay, they buy the house, but they still got to buy the bills. They still got to get the furniture. But if you create a job, you are creating like a long-term solution. So inshallah, I can do something like that. And on a similar level would be to create like a cat rescue or sanctuary, or work with an existing one to improve education, especially about like neutering your cats and caring for your cats, and that cats don't spread disease or are not dangerous, you know, common misunderstandings. Because, you know, seeing the situation for animals which cannot defend themselves and, you know, are gentle, but perhaps some of them like have a bad experience. Cats get a bad reputation because they're treated so badly by humans, and it has like a effect. I don't know.
What do you love about me?
What I love about you is that you are so kind and sensitive. I know that if I needed anything, you would always try to help me. You would always be there for me. You have always been there for me when I've needed to talk to somebody and always give me advice. And you are such a kind person. I know it's not just for me, but it's for the people around you. Even strangers you don't know, you would happily talk to them and help them if you can. So that's what I love about you.
What do you hate about me?
Really, I don't hate anything about you. The only thing I hate, which is related to you, is the distance between us. Sorry, it makes me quite emotional. I really hate that we haven't been able to meet yet, and that we are so far apart.
What made you interested in Islam?
So I became Muslim back in 2012, and the thing that made me interested was seeing how the media talked about Muslims and Islam as terrorists, and their countries have war and that they're bad people. But I had two friends at university who were very close friends of mine, who were both Muslim, and they were the nicest people and like complete opposite to how the media wants you to think about Muslims. And I had came from like a countryside rural area growing up, and I went to university the first time in quite a small city. So I didn't have that experience growing up knowing a lot of Muslim people. So for me, it was like a disconnect, like between what the media wanted me to think and what I could see in front of me with these people. So I decided the only way I was going to find out was to read the Quran for myself. Like, you need to go to the primary source if you want to know about, for example, engineering. You're not going to go to like the guy sitting on the street in a cafe. You're going to go to like the guy who studied for 5 years engineering degree, right? So the same thing. I went to the, the source of knowledge, the Quran. And when I started reading, I thought, I need to either have the feeling that this is right or this is wrong. And when I was reading it first, I was confused because the language is difficult. Even the translation in English is very difficult. And there was a lot of kind of cultural references that I could not understand. But the more I read, the more like it kind of affected me. And I just had this feeling like this is right. So after that, I had to study more, read online, read other books, read hadith, and read about the history of Islam. And that's when I couldn't wait anymore. I knew I needed to become Muslim. So actually, the way that the media and the Western world is always trying to push people away from Islam is what brought me closer.
What makes you believe that Islam is the right choice?
This is a difficult question because it's something very personal to every person. And a lot of people kind of try to convince people to become Muslim by talking about scientific miracles in the Quran and things like that. And to be honest, I don't like to go down that route. And a lot of non-believers will try to convince people that what they say is a miracle is not, because a lot of the ancient Greeks and ancient Egyptians and other advanced but kind of historical societies, they had a lot of knowledge, more than we expected, about medicine and other things like that. And we take that for granted. So I don't see the reason why some of that knowledge couldn't have been known in ancient Arabia. So I don't think it's fair to kind of say, well, how could they have known about it? Because, you know, there was a lot of intermixing between, like, even in the Quran and even in Islamic history, it tells you about caravans that were going through ancient Arabia, traveling from Yemen and other countries for the trade and, you know, migration of people. So I don't wholly count on that. But one of the things that I do find is a miracle in the Quran is some of the numbers, like the number of words. If you count them throughout the whole Quran, like the number of times they mention men and women corresponds to the number of chromosomes, which are male and female, for example. It's just other things like that. And what makes me feel it's the right choice is, it's quite a difficult question. For me personally, it's because there must be, if you just look at the world around us, how did everything just come to be from nothing? You know what I mean? Like, if you go to the desert and you find a car, somebody put it there, right? Like a car doesn't just get created out of nothing. You need to, the bits, everything needs to be specifically put together and put that in that place. Like, there's nobody else around, there's nobody living in that area. It's the same with the world in a sense, because the world was nothing, it was empty. Like, that's science, that's proven. And then all of a sudden, there's everything that we can see, that we can touch. All the natural things in the world, the sand, the sky, everything. It must have came from somewhere. And that somewhere must be God. And just Islam has the best kind of explanation and description for who is God and why, I think. Anyways.
How is Islamic life in UK?
Islamic life here in the bigger cities is really good. We have a lot of mosques. It's really, really easy to find halal food. Like, literally, here's an example. So yesterday, the same as Grab Food in Indonesia, we have like Uber Eats or Deliveroo for ordering food to your house. And I was looking through the restaurants, and you can actually filter all of the restaurants by the halal ones. So I pressed the halal option, and it went from 130 restaurants to 105. So there was literally just 25 restaurants which were not halal. So that kind of shows you the inclusion of Muslims in the UK, and how easy it is to get halal food, halal ingredients, meat, anything that you want, it's here. There's also so many like classes and groups, either for like people that comes from a specific country, there's groups for them, or there's classes for like women or new Muslims, or learning Quran, or for kids. There's even like specialist schools and nurseries separate just for Muslims. So yeah, I would definitely say that the life here is definitely, it's not difficult as a Muslim. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the questions and the answers, and we will see you again in the next video. Bye!